2020 has been a crazy year for most of us, but I want 2021 to be a super productive and a super effective year for all of you. So, this is your friend, the Lean Programmer, and I am starting a new initiative, Being Better, where I am going to upload a new video every weekend, which will contain some actionable tips on topics like productivity, self help, personal growth, personal development, personal effectiveness, and so on. So, those tips will be not some generic advice, but there will be some actionable things that you can start following from that point onwards to be better version of yourself. So do subscribe to my channel if you are new here. When it comes to productivity, knowing your priorities is very essential. You know that you cannot say yes to every other request that comes to you. If you are saying yes to every other thing, you know that you might end up wasting your time. You know that you won't be getting enough time for yourself, for your future, for your development, for your own growth. So you should be clear about when to say yes and when to say no. But there are times where we want to say no, but we cannot. We feel that other person might feel hurt, or he or she might feel alienated. So there are ways in which we can effectively say no. So in this video, I am going to tell you three simple ways in which you can say no without hurting or alienating other people's and while maintaining your professional relationships. So let's get started. Do you as well get requests like these almost on a daily basis? For example, hey Madhav, let's go for a cup of coffee. Let's play this new video game. Let's watch a movie together, or let's watch this new TV series. Can you do this work for me, please? Can you review this document, please? Hey Madhav, can you do my assignment? You know that most of these tasks do not add any value, but still sometimes you actually might want to say yes, but you find that you have some other urgent work to do. And sometimes you might want to say no, but you are not able to because the other person might be your best friend, or he might be your colleague, or he might be a close friend of yours. So, let me tell you three simple steps or three simple ways in which you can say no without hurting or alienating other people. So, let's get started. The first one is directly saying no. The biggest mistake that we do while we want to say no is by giving hints. You might have noticed this within yourself as well and with other people as well, that when we have to say no to something, we tend to give hints, we tend to give make excuses and all those things, and we expect that the other person is having enough common sense to understand that this is a hint and we actually want to say no. But remember that some people actually don't understand hints. They might or might not do that intentionally, but people don't at times understand hints. So in this scenario, it is always better to directly say a no. Here's how you can do that. You can politely say a no. Trust me, it does not sound rude, nor will it affect your relationship. Most of the times, people who actually care about you will actually understand that you might have other priorities or some other urgent work to look into, and they will absolutely appreciate that. And the people who don't even deserve your time. So yes, let's see an example. This is a simple response that you can give. Hey XYZ, I really appreciate the opportunity or invitation or your concern, but at this moment I'm really busy with some other work, so I will have to decline. But thanks, I would really love to catch up with you some other time, and I really look forward to it. So this is a simple response which you can give, and this does not sound rude, and by simply saying these two lines, the other person is going to know that you are busy at this time and you will probably meet with him or her later on. But if you absolutely cannot say a direct no, then the second way is to defer the request. In while deferring the request, while postponing the event and holding the other person accountable for a small follow up, you can actually test how serious they are about it. And this is a very beneficial advice, because trust me, a lot of people aren't actually serious about it, and this is a very beneficial point for you. Here's how you can do that: simply by just telling them politely that you are busy currently, but after a fixed interval of time, or maybe after a fixed period of time you will be ready for it, and you want the other person to remind you about this particular event or this particular request that he or she is asking for. Let me give you a very simple example. Hey XYZ, I am really excited and I really appreciate your invite or maybe request, and would be happy to meet you or would be happy to help you, but unfortunately I'm really very tight on schedule these days, and that's going to be a scenario for at least a month or so. Can you please follow up with me, or maybe can you please ping me back in a month and take this forward? Thanks a lot. So by doing so, you will actually understand that who all are serious about their requests, because when they have to follow up with you, you will find that most of the people won't. So yes, this will be equivalent to saying a no. And if they actually follow up with you, they actually deserve your time because they waited for a month to have you with them. So yes, they do deserve your time. So the third and the last way is to remember to set your boundaries. Remember that not everyone requires your time, even though they might be asking for it, but they actually might not require it, and not everyone appreciates it. So yes, before accepting any request, always weigh these three things. First of all, the value of that request. Secondly, the seriousness of the person who is requesting, and third, your priorities. So by weighing these three things, you will be able to differentiate from the requests which need your attention from the requests which don't need your attention, and from the requests which do need your attention, you can now set your boundaries by, instead of accepting for the request completely, you can do partial of the work. For example, let me give you an example. So a lot of people reach out to me on LinkedIn saying that, hey, will you be my mentor? I know that I don't have enough time to be a mentor for everyone, even though I know that I really want to help everyone, but I cannot personally one-on-one mentor to a lot of people, otherwise I will not have time to do anything else. So for example, let's say Jimmy is asking me that, hey Madhav, I am really struggling with web development. I know for sure that with a little help I can get started and be really skilled at it. Can you please be my mentor? At this point of time, I really want to be his mentor because maybe he actually needs some little help, and with that particular help he might grow a lot, but I know that I cannot offer a lot of my time because I don't have that. So in that particular case, mostly my response looks something like this. Instead of completely being his mentor one-on-one, I share some links with him so that he can actually get started, and by doing that I test how serious is he. And in that particular scenario, for the people who actually keep going on very seriously, I do appreciate it, and I keep helping them on LinkedIn and on other platforms as well. So yes, let's see an example. So my response here is, hey Jimmy, thanks a lot for reaching out. I really appreciate your efforts and your enthusiasm to learn something new, but I think you can understand that it is very time consuming and it is very difficult, and I might not be able to spare that much of time to personally one-on-one mentor you. But don't worry, here are some links using which you can get started, and then put on some links in the chat or tell them about those links, and then you can say that start learning from here and then let me know if you need any other guidance. Thanks. So by setting a boundary between being a giving one-on-one mentorship, and by giving the resources to actually help them get started, you are helping them while saving your own time as well, and while saving their time as well. So yes, these were the simple ways in which you can actually say no politely without hurting or making others feel alienated. The first one was, be clear and directly say a no politely. Secondly, defer the request. Instead of accepting it right now, maybe postpone it to a month and then see if they follow back, then accept it. And the third one was simply set your boundaries. Instead of giving the 100% help, give a little bit of it and then see how well they are doing, and if they are actually serious about it, then they deserve your help. So yes, that was it for today. Do subscribe to my weekly newsletter, The Lean Letters. It is tinyletter.com/The Lean Programmer, and do subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is The Lean Programmer, youtube.com/The Lean Programmer. And I hope that you are going to like my new series, Being Better. Catch you next week with a new video. Bye bye.